Already for some time, I really wanted to create a video about Clubhouse, but you probably saw it all and read it all. This is why in this episode, I will tell you how to make a multi-billion-dollar business based on Clubhouse. Let's start off with a very simple question. Have you already used Clubhouse? If you have, how did you like it? And if you haven't, tell me in the comment what is still stopping you from using this hottest and fastest growing social media out there. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell. Now, let's start with the explanation of what the Clubhouse app is and why it's suddenly everywhere. Part talkback radio, part conference call, part house party. Clubhouse is a social networking app based on audio chat. Think conference calls, TED Talks, podcasts with no editing or structure, or as people say, imagine if LinkedIn could actually talk. Clubhouse is an invite-only platform. You can't just download it off the App Store and create an account. Much like a real-life country or yacht club, you have to be invited to join by an existing member. If this sounds a little bit familiar to you, you are not wrong. Most known service that was invite-only and turned into a billion-dollar business is Gmail from Google. Once invite-only, now the most commonly selected email ecosystem used by individuals and businesses around the world. When you join Clubhouse, you select topics of interest like tech, books, business, or health. The more information you give the app about your interest, the more conversation rooms and individuals the app will recommend you to follow or join. The conversation room is just like a conference call, but with some people on the call talking and most listening in. And just like a phone call, once the conversation is over, the room is closed. Unlike other streaming platforms where live stream videos stay on the platform for people to return to and watch it again. Clubhouse has been around since March 2020, when it was launched by Silicon Valley entrepreneurs Paul Davidson and Rohan Seth. In May 2020, it had just 1,500 users and was already worth $100 million. That allowed them to secure a $10 million funding Series A round. But it entered the mainstream when Elon Musk hosted an audio chat on Clubhouse with RobinHood CEO Vlad Tenev. The event maxed out on the app conversation room limits and was live streamed to YouTube and other platforms. It helped propel Clubhouse to the top of the startup charts and sparked a scramble for invitations. Currently, on 24th of February, Clubhouse has reached 10 million users and now is being valued at $1 billion. And it's considered a unicorn startup like Airbnb, Uber, and SpaceX. Clubhouse is filling a void created by the pandemic. Before, we had all manner of local events and meetups, where information flowed between thought leaders in the tech industry. With none of that happening, Clubhouse is the place to connect synchronously with people you do and do not know, and listen to how they are thinking about things right now. Funny enough, Clubhouse is still in its beta phase, meaning that despite its immense popularity, millions of users, and market value beyond $1 billion, the app is being continuously tested and it's not yet available to most of the public. And it's entirely for free. On top of that, Android users, for example, are shit out of luck since the app is currently only available for iOS devices. Let me spell it out to you very slowly. The company is valued at $1 billion and currently is not earning anything, not even a single dollar. Let this sink in for a moment. But what does it actually mean for a consumer business like Clubhouse? Not less than investors have confidence that in the current stage of the company, it is able to generate approximately $200 million in revenue. So my role today is to tell you how Clubhouse can change from a free, not earning service into a multi-billion-dollar company that will continue to grow at its insane pace and starts earning big bucks. So if you are planning to create an app that will be similar to Clubhouse, you can take what I'm about to tell you next and use it as a blueprint. First of all, we need to get something straight. User base and growth ratio. Current user base is estimated to be 10 million users, with the growth of 6 million users per month. The pace of growth is increasing, and despite the invite-only I have estimated that by the end of the year, Clubhouse might have as much as 200 million registered users. And this is the amount I will use to all my calculation further in this video. There are several ways a founder of an app that creates such a vibrant community would be able to monetize it. Starting from by far the easiest, membership plans. When you pack your community with added value and charge for it. Then by far the most common, ads and advertisement, affiliate sales, events, branded merch, focus groups, coaching, ebooks, and much more. But taking into consideration the stage Clubhouse currently is and some backstage information on how the product will grow, I will focus on 3 particular ones: paid events, membership plans, and ads, just like Google Ads or Facebook Ads. Starting off with the first business model that will generate the first $4 billion in GMV and around $1 billion in profit for Clubhouse. That would be paid events. Imagine exclusive events that are available behind the paywall. Based on services like Eventbrite, Meetup.com, and Ticketmaster, Clubhouse hosts could organize a paid premium event that would be allowed only for paying users. For example, Eventbrite saw 1.1 billion paid tickets sold and generated $3.2 billion in gross ticket sales in 2019. Looking into Clubhouse conservative numbers, I can already see that by the end of 2021, there will be around 120,000 high-quality clubs that will be able to organize a paid event. Let's assume that each of them will launch on average 6 times during the year, with an average of 600 attendees, with the tickets price as low as $10. This translates into $4.3 billion in gross ticket sales. Looking at the widely used 25% revenue share for Clubhouse, they will be able to earn little over $1 billion in revenue. That's super massive, despite the conservative calculations. And I have been organizing myself paid webinars that were over 600 people strong, so we could expect much higher conversions and maybe higher ticket prices. Sounds good, right? Let's move to the second business model that will generate the second $4 billion in GMV for Clubhouse. That would be premium subscriptions. Having packed additional features for both clubs, brands, and individual users available for a small monthly fee would be a great opportunity for Clubhouse to build a sustainable revenue stream. Getting additional invites, accessing club history, contact details of other attendees, or simply highlighting premium customers to a club host. The pack of features must be beneficial enough to justify the monthly cost. But based on businesses like LinkedIn, Xing, or Medium, where the conversion rates of premium customers range from 10% up to 39% of the user base, we could estimate 2 streams of revenue for Clubhouse: Club Premium and Membership Premium. To simplify the calculations, let's assume 20% of conversion rate for both. With 10 million clubs registered, that 20% converted will be premium subscribers for a standard fee of $49.99 a month that will guarantee $1.2 billion in GMV. On top of that, 200 million users registered and 20% being a premium user for a standard fee of $5.99 a month guarantees the additional $2.8 billion in GMV. When you sum up both figures, Clubhouse ends up with $4 billion in revenue. Obviously, conversion could be higher. Subscription could be pricier depending on the benefit it provides. So $4 billion could be a massive but still conservative calculation. Oh my good lord! From both of these models, Clubhouse could be earning massive $10 billion a year, and this is not the most profitable model I have created for Clubhouse. Let's move to the third and last business model. You know Google Ads and Facebook Ads, right? So it's super easy to imagine Clubhouse Ads. With 200 million customers and let's say 20 million premium ones, Clubhouse will be able to target an audience of 180 million users that can be grouped very precisely based on their interest and behavior. So how much money could Clubhouse make out of it? Let's deep dive in the third and the most lucrative business model, Clubhouse Ads. Based on the latest data about an average LTV for a Facebook, Google, Twitter, and LinkedIn user, I can estimate an average of $122 per user marketing lifetime value, which makes whopping $22 billion in total revenue, based on a relatively small user base of 200 million people. I would assume that ads would be rolled out last, when the user base will grow even bigger, and then I would expect even better results for Clubhouse on their balance sheet. I could also imagine them quadrupling the results in the moment Clubhouse will introduce video into the app and few other functionalities. Now you know how a company that does not generate a single dollar can be worth over $1 billion to investors, right? Clubhouse is on the roll, and if they will execute all their plans with the right order and a great value proposition, we can be witnessing the birth of the new tech giant. So let's just hope that they will not get acquired too early in the game, because I am sure of one thing, that Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos have more precise models to calculate the future value of companies they have on their acquisition shortlist, and they have all the money in the bank to make a quick move and secure their future earnings. I hope you really enjoyed this video on how to make billions on Clubhouse. Share your feedback, and if you would like me to scan a different business to check for most beneficial business models, drop a line in the comment section and I will happily pick it up for the next episodes. And if you haven't already done that, hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell, and I will let you know when the next video is up. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Cheers!